And we move on to Karnataka, where it's a big blow to CM Siddaramaiah. The Karnataka High Court has dismissed his petition challenging Governor's decision to sanction his prosecution in the alleged Muda land case. The High Court said the Governor did apply his mind in abundance and there was no fault in the Governor's actions. The BJP quick to demand Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's resignation on moral grounds. The Chief Minister accused the BJP and JDS of resorting to political retaliation. Siddaramaiah asserted that he won't step down. Karnataka Chief Minister is actually facing a probe over alleged irregularities in the allotting 14 sites to his wife in prime location of Mysuru city by the Mysuru Urban Development Authority. Now let's take the look at the Karnataka High Court's order in detail and what all points they were said. They said hardly justified that son of a Chief Minister will be a silent spectator. So this is one of the points that have been said there. And this is, I'll tell you the pages also one by one what has been mentioned. Then they've also said need to probe if the rules were bent to favor CM's family. And if not in power, then magnitude of benefit would not have flown. So that's another point that's been made, that's been said. So that is said in on page number 179. Page number 180, prima facie depicts abuse of power of the seat of the Chief Minister. Page number 180 is what this says. Page number 185 says, facts narrate that petitioner obtained undue advantage. Page 186, petitioner behind the smoke screen for benefit flown to wife. And I'm quoting from the judgment, the order copy, ladies and gentlemen. And page number 191 says the CM should not shy away from any investigation. So this is what former Union Minister Rajiv Chandrasekharji, while he spoke with us earlier in the day, had to say, a short excerpt of that conversation. And also Siddaramaiah, in his defense, what he had to say, a short excerpt.
It was untenable the day he decided to get into this Muda land scam. I think the only difference today is that it's out in the open, and his attempts to try and cover it up and sort of sweep it under the carpet by going to the courts and trying to get a stay on it has been nixed by the Karnataka High Court. If he has a sense of self-respect or any amount of a small token of moral compass left in him, he would resign and make the way for a free and fair investigation into this Muda land scam.
ಯಾಕೆ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಡಿ? ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರ? ಬೇಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬೇಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರಪ್ಪ. ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ರಿ. ಈಗ FIR ಇರೋರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಎಂಕ್ವೈರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರೋ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Let's go across to our guest this evening. Hindol Sen Gupta, author, stays on with us. Narendra Rangappa, spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP with us. And Nikul Patel, leader of the Congress party with us. Namaste and Jai and gentlemen. Hindol will be joining us in a bit. Mr. Rangappa, you are calling for the Chief Minister's resignation right away. Siddaramaiah is saying, why should I resign? Let the inquiry continue if it has to continue.
See, Mr. Siddaramaiah is trying to be adamant. The High Court has vindicated the BJP stand that there are irregularities in the action code and conduct of Mr. Siddaramaiah and his family. It has been very clearly proven in the court and in the judgment copies. The fallacy is conducted by Siddaramaiah to gain advantage for his family members. It is very clear. And if he is trying to play a victim card and if he is adamant, nobody is going to forgive him. He has to resign if he has any morality at all. And if Congress party is going to talk about corruption, trying to talk about the constitution, what constitution are they protecting now? The High Court has very clearly said this is a fit case for investigation. Is Mr. Siddaramaiah going to investigate his wife? Is the police in Bangalore going to investigate the Chief Minister? What sort of a democratic arrangement is this? You say adamantly, I will not resign. Why not? You have no morality then. In value-based politics, in our country, excellent exceptions are there. Mr. Ramakrishna Heggade, who happens to be Mr. Siddaramaiah's mentor, in August 88 resigned just because there was an allegation. Here, there is an evidence, proof, and the High Court has upheld it. This is what we have to say.
Nikul Patel?
See, my BJP friend and BJP party is immediately asking for the resignation, and they are happy that High Court had given some verdict. I think still the trial is not being conducted. It's a plea where the Chief Minister had asked that whatever governor had taken an action on an application against him, that is the charges of
Sir, are
fake
you going to
Muda scam.
investigate yourself?
Let's not speak over each
Mr.
other. Let him make his
Siddaramaiah
point.
going to investigate himself.
Mr. Rangappa, he didn't interrupt you. Let him make his point and then you please counter. Yes, Nikul.
So
Complete.
definitely, the Chief Minister has a due right to approach the court, where always, as per Constitution, that the Governor acts on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. But over here, Governor had taken his own stand and had allowed the investigation to happen. Now, once the court had decided that let the investigation happen, we are ready for it. Congress had always been ready for any departmental or constitutional investigation, whether it is any agency which is asking any of our leader to go and present among themselves. You can find Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, everyone going to the respective agencies and giving their submissions. Now it's a part of this particular process. Bharatiya Janata Party always
I
wants to
can't
say
hear
that
his
the
voice,
Congress is
sir.
corrupt. Congress
I
is
can't
corrupt. But
hear
over
his
here,
voice.
it's now our responsibility to make the people of Karnataka realize the fact that what is happening is not what they are thinking. It's all under the purview of law, and we are ready for any investigation. That what Siddaramaiah rightly said.
No, but if who's going to investigate Mr. Siddaramaiah?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, we will try and connect the audio through Mr. Rangappa in just a bit, but Nikul Patel, who is going to investigate Mr. Siddaramaiah? He's the Chief Minister of the state. So it's a fair question to ask. If he's got to be investigated, his family has to be investigated, then he has to step aside. He has to recuse himself.
See, executive body or Siddaramaiah is the legislative wing. Now, executive is an independent body which always investigate as what ED, CBI used to work it. So
No,
definitely
but here it is the anti-corruption
investigation
department
officer-
or the vigilance department of Karnataka state itself that has to get involved. Are you saying
Yeah,
transfer this
definitely.
matter to the CBI? But the CBI officers will also be pulled out of the Karnataka cadre and they will have to work
Yeah.
from there. Point is,
I will answer
till Mr. Siddaramaiah is part of us sitting on an influential position like the Chief Minister's chair, how will the investigation be neutral?
Yeah, I will answer that. See, if the applicant who had filed the allegation and the complaint against the Chief Minister founds that the investigation is not happening in the right way, he can approach the court again and ask the entire case to transfer to CBI.
Kamal,
We are fair
Acha,
and
please let
fine
me
enough to
let
make
me
the
ask you
investigation
this.
in the fair way.
Had this been Mr. Yediyurappa as Chief Minister, and had he said the same thing, what would you have said?
See, at present, if you see whatever is
Hasi chut gayi
happening,
na?
you are very correct. I agree to your point. I
You
agree
would
to
not
your
have
point.
held the same
If-
standard for Mr. Yediyurappa. उनको कहाँ से कहाँ दौड़ाया. He had to run. Remember those pictures when he had to run from here, run
agree to
helter
your-
skelter when allegations of
I
corruption
agree.
were made against him. At that time, everybody said, "What kind of a leader is he?" Now
I
today,
agree
Mr.
to your-
Siddaramaiah is doing the same thing. ना
Yeah, I
कुर्सी
agree to
छोड़ूंगा
your-
और ना किसी और को बैठने दूंगा. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I agree to your justification. The same thing Bharatiya Janata Party needs to understand and realize. They are asking for the resignation. Without any conviction, how a CM will resign from the post? That is my, again, the submission
No
to
conviction.
your
If there
question.
is a charge, this charge of malpractice, using the office for profit and making unrequited, benefits, is right to his own home. It's not even that the Chief Minister has allowed a third person. That's what the court order also says. Did you not read the court order,
says
sir?
it's prima facie. You yourself said that it's a prima facie. The prima facie can be anyone, and anyone can put allegation on anyone putting the complaint. Now that is what the entire scene is. Now, if you want the fair and investigation, we are ready for everything. What that Siddaramaiah is telling. And if the applicant or the person who is filing the complaint is not convinced with the way
Page
the
number
investigation is
180.
happening,
Merely because the wife of the petitioner has indulged in all these acts, legal or illegal, the petitioner cannot be said to be completely ignorant of what is happening in the life of his wife qua these factors. It prima facie depicts stretching of the arms of undue influence and portrays abuse of power of the seat of Chief Minister or any other post held by the petitioner.
So that
This is
judgment
इससे
that
ज़्यादा
judgment is for what? I would like to convey the judgment is for what? The governor had initiated the investigation against the chief minister, and the prima facie is there. So the governor had thought that investigation should happen, and that is what the judgment is. It is not the
All
conviction.
facts narrated herein above would touch on the ingredients of these allegations as prima facie the family of the petitioner obtained undue advantage. Page 185. Page 186. The petitioner is
No, we are ready for
undoubtedly
investigation.
behind
That
the
is what
smoke
I'm
screen. अभी सुनिए, petitioner मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ ये. This is the court order. I am reading from the court order. That's why I am spelling out the page number also. The petitioner is undoubtedly behind the smoke screen for every benefit that has flown to the wife of the petitioner. If the benefit had flown to a stranger outside the family, the petitioner could not have been alleged of any offence. The benefit, in fact, has flown to the family, and the benefit is to the family prima facie due to the power of the petitioner. Sir, ये राजनीति में कहा जाता है एक भी छींटा दाग का लग गया तो आपको कुर्सी छोड़नी चाहिए. Here you are telling me that दाग अच्छे हैं.
Yeah, again, the judgment is for what the governor initiated. The action is for that. It's not all the trial had happened and the conviction is done. So I don't think there is any point of resignation by
The office
Siddaramaiah
of the Chief
from
Minister,
the state of
Mr.
Karnataka government, right? Because it's only the BJP who wants that. They want to make a hue of it and wants that they must resign. I think if such a scene is there, then every BJP, whoever is finding the charges, must start resigning.
My point is the Congress has unbridled power and authority. Don't you trust Mr. Priyank Kharge or Mr. DK Shivkumar, whoever will become the Chief Minister in place of Mr. Siddaramaiah?
We have
To
trust
help
for
Mr. Siddaramaiah
everyone.
out. At least on moral high ground, he can claim the moral high ground. He can say, all right, let me come clean. I'll go away. Why is he saying I won't go away? What is the reason?
We have trust on every our MLA as well as the person in the Congress. We are here as a elected government doing the larger interest of the people of Karnataka. At present, some allegations are there. We are going to find all legal options for it. It's not
You find
a matter
legal
of
options,
resignation,
but
it's
till then,
only
if he's in
the
a position
allegation.
of power, sir, for 14 years this has happened. Or is it Mr. Rangappa, as Mr. Rajiv Chandrasekhar said, that Mr. Siddaramaiah is thinking here my wife is allegedly involved. The ED is already investigating DK Shivkumar. There are allegations against Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge and of land and other appropriation or using the office for profit. So why should I vacate my space? What is happening, Mr. Rangappa?
See, Mr. Siddaramaiah, as I told you before, is an adamant man. He has got no respect for moral democratic values. He claims to be a democratic and value-based politician. It is a counter-argument that he is giving, but he doesn't want to uphold the law of the land. He doesn't want to listen to the High Court. He doesn't want him to be investigated. He doesn't want his family to be investigated. Is he going to investigate his wife? Is he going to investigate himself? Or is the police going to investigate the Chief Minister of Karnataka? He is doing a drama and he is going to be duly answered by the public of Karnataka. We will never forgive him for his dramatics.
No, what are you saying? The Congress is the one party which led the India alliance with the Samvidhan in its hand and on its forehead, sir. And Mr. Siddaramaiah has said he is upholder of the Constitution. How can you blame him, Mr. Rangappa?
What sort of a constitution is he upholding then? What sort of a constitution? The constitution is very clear. There is no role for corruption. There is no role for playing victim card. He has to go by the moral rights and moral rules that have been ruling democracy. So I would like to ask Mr. Kharge and Mr. Rahul Gandhi, is this the real democracy that you are following? Is this the real democracy?
Mr. R.K. Upadhyay is with us. How would you see this position? Mr. Siddaramaiah is saying, I will not quit. The court says that your family member seems to be a direct beneficiary.
Well, if you read the judgment in full, it appears that, Siddaramaiah could have got away if only he had surrendered these sites, telling the court that, I didn't know what happened between my wife and her brother. And, the facts are so glaring and so blatantly done. I don't know how he could have got away with this. How he felt that he could get away with this. Because there seems to be at least fraud at every stage. From the time of acquisition of this land, from the time of, the alternate sites being given, at every stage there seems to be something that needs to be investigated. And there was no option for the judge but to order an investigation. And I think, being a seasoned politician, knowing, being in the field for so many years, he should have realized this is something, a minefield. He's walking into a minefield. And he should have, got away by saying that, look, I didn't know what happened in this case, and I would like to surrender these sites. That would have been the end of the matter.
He believes he didn't know what happened in the case, but the appropriation is as per the rules. If the Mysuru Urban Development Society takes land from some people, it allocates land somewhere else, irrespective of the fact that in this case, the land and the plots that were allotted were like 14 times more the value.
Sir, much more than that. In fact, the valuation of the land at that time was 3,56,000, and what was given was 55.80 crores.
Wow.
That is the magnanimity of the, the scandal. I mean, if I can call that.
Nikul Patel, how come you, me don't get such land holdings and we don't get such benefits? R.K. Upadhyay ji, why didn't you get such benefits? Why only Mrs. Siddaramaiah?
Well, I think that's a question every Karnataka person is asking. How come it only happens to, a big politician's wife? And his claim that, I was never a chief minister when this thing was done, and I have not been in position, and this was given during the BJP's term, all that, holds no good. I mean, after all, he's been a man of position since 1998. He's been DCM, he's been, in one position or another. In 2022, when the allotment was actually made, he was still the leader of the opposition.
Is he worried that if he recuses himself? Is he worried, let me ask you this, is he worried if he recuses himself from his position, those who are supposed to help him out may end up making him a political pariah, Mr. Upadhyay? Does he not trust Mr. Kharge and Mr. Shivkumar?
I don't know exactly what has gone behind this strategy of going ahead and challenging it. I really feel sorry that, he was not been given proper advice in this case. So now the fact that, he's trying to take it up before the division bench and then probably before the Supreme Court is not going to help him in any way, because right now he's in a pickle. So every day spent as somebody who has been found, doing something irregular by the High Court of Karnataka, it is no longer just an allegation by the BJP. It's no longer what the governor has done. So all this while he could get away saying that the governor was a puppet of the central government and that's why he did this. Now there is a 197-page judgment of the Karnataka High Court. So he can never take shelter under it now.
Nikul Patel and then Mr. Rangappa. Yes, Nikul Patel.
See, again, I would like to say we are ready for all the investigation, as rightly said. And in 2013-14 also, we have so many cases where it was said that this is the scam, it's whether it's a coal scam or 2G scam, but nothing has been proved. And everyone is no one conviction. Now over here, whatever allegations are being made on the present chief minister, we feel that we will come out of it, and we are into legal guidance and everything. I think people of Karnataka has trusted Congress, and we are in the larger interest working in the people of Karnataka. And
people of Karnataka trust the Congress, but Mr. Siddaramaiah himself trusts the Congress in Karnataka.
Yeah, definitely. See, he is the elected chief minister of Karnataka. Yeah, you cannot deny him. He is working for the people of Karnataka.
Congress was elected and he was selected as chief minister. So the Congress has the mandated Karnataka, not Mr. Siddaramaiah. But does Mr. Siddaramaiah trust his own Congress party? Because if he did, he would have taken the moral high ground and we would have played the victim rather than the villain here. That's what Mr. Upadhyay said.
Can I put one analogy over here with the same justification what you are giving? See, Narendra Modi is being elected Prime Minister of the country, and he is having the mandate. So similarly over here, Karnataka people have elected Congress, and definitely Congress had given
the difference
Siddaramaiah the mandate to put
the
people
difference,
of Karnataka, whatever promises are given by Karnataka.
I knew you were going to give that analogy, but what happened is, sir, what happened, sir, in the national elections, in the Lok Sabha elections, Narendra Modi was on the ticket and it was on his work, under his leadership that the BJP sought the mandate. But in the Karnataka elections, both DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah were claimants to this, and eventually the selection happened within the Congress High Command. So you know the analogy is a misfire there. It doesn't fit there. Yes, Mr. Rangappa. Mr. Rangappa. The people of Karnataka gave the mandate to the Congress, and there's no doubt about it. Yes, Mr. Rangappa, finally.
Having a mandate doesn't give you immunity from doing crime, wrongdoings and corruption. It is very clear. Having immunity doesn't give you, having a mandate doesn't give you immunity.
Immunity.
You have to follow
Let
the
me just
dharma
make one
of
point.
democracy. If your party is taking the high moral ground of constitution, Mr. Siddaramaiah is the classical example that he doesn't recognize or respect the constitution. And let me bring to your notice page 97, para 26 of the judgment, sir. Please go through it, and the judge has been very clearly stating that he has used his office to mislead the government, and he has favored his wife, and the son of the petitioner was a participant in this event. Very clearly said. And they make a rule just for the sake of this allotment. Immediately after this allotment is made, that rule is scrapped. What is the meaning of this?
So clearly,
What is the meaning of this?
office for profit, some Aji Baji, the prima facie, it all points to that the office was used for an unfair advantage to the family. That's what it says. The judgment also says. Let's see what Mr. Siddaramaiah does. Does he continue to
me just
brazen it
make
out,
one
and
point.
does that increasingly make his position untenable? I have run out of time. I have to move on to the next story here on The Right Stand. I thank all our guests. Thank you very, very much.